Alright, so as promised in the previous post, we're looking at integral AC and seals and foam kit that you can buy for doing up the heater boxes for your car. So you can do a little restoration on those. I think I probably went overboard with mine, but anyway, as far as I have to repair the whole box. This came from Ohio Mustang. And those guys are really good dons on one of the 71, 72, 73 Mustang forums. It's 71, 73 Mustangs.com or something. Just Google it, you'll find it. He's one of the supporters there and always gives a lot of tips and helpful information. And then, and of course, he has a supply depot for Mustang parts. As you go through these, you'll see a series of different size units. Some of these you don't use, some are just centers, but they're actually, they're gaskets, but they're almost this foam type material. And that's supposed to replace. Now, some of these are not, I don't think are going to be like this one here. I do not think that's just really flimsy. We'll match those up later on. And these are for the different sizes for the airflow doors, vents, different shapes, different sizes. That'll all help. I'm trying to restore these back and keep it sealed. And then the clips. I ordered these separately. In fact, these may be used clips. Can't tell. Yeah, they're used clips. But it doesn't matter as long as they're still tight. They'll work just fine. And that's the clips that we're missing to hold together. So I think we're going to be set for that. So I think next up, at least for the heater box part, we're going to actually see. I'm going to sit down and match these up, and then we're going to put it all back together. And hopefully, I can get that done in a couple posts. So there you go. Okay, actually looking at the heater box, and we're going to match up some of the pieces in the kit that I got from Ohio Mustang Supply. Lose them all. Now, I don't think you use every single piece. Alright, I had to do some creative editing there, but so you're looking at the box here, and we're going to look at some of the gaskets and match them up a little bit. Now you can see this one is distinctive because it's flat on one side. It actually fits inside a metal ring. Now the metal ring didn't come with the kit. Various gaskets did. So we just got to fit the one in there that belongs. And those are all a little bit different. And then there was this additional one here, which is probably the right one, but that is not anywhere near what this one would be. So I don't think I can use that. So what I may have to do is go find some material and cut it from there, because this just isn't, you can see that, and this one's way more substantial. In fact, it's very thick and very dense, and this is just regular basic foam. So I don't think that's going to work for me. On the other side, there's this one. You can see, actually, you can see how this is so smushed and coming up, because it was not placed back in the car as it should have been. Now, still fairly decent flexibility on these things, but the fact that it's been destroyed and pulled over isn't going to do me any good, so I'm not going to be able to use that. So if I look at some of these, which are not the same thing, these are the only ones that have that dense material. There's nothing in the kit that you can use for that. Nothing at all. So and of course there are limited instructions. On the inside, that's the way I can show you. On the inside there are flaps. And you see one right here. And the flaps all had pads on those some kind. And that was that thin, actually I can show you, I'm going to pull it right off, a piece right off of this one. What is this stuff? And you can see that's all pretty bad shape, pretty old, not very useful. So they're replacing those with this foam, semi-dense foam there, which I think is perfect. Now each one is cut for different shapes, so you've got to match those up. For example, let me get the foot up here. Put one down before I drop it and break all over it. So for example, you see the cut corner right there? And it's going to fit right on this cut corner right there. And it's a good fit, covers everything. There'll be one for the other side as well. And so we'll put those back on. I got to clean this up a little bit, cut it with a little sandpaper, and then we'll use some adhesive, just some spray on adhesive to hold that in there. Hopefully that'll be enough, but we'll use plenty. So I got to do each one of these, and now this box has been apart before, this particular box, so I'm not even sure where everything ought to be. So we're going to kind of go with the diagram, which isn't exactly what I have here. This is just for a, pictures just for the heater box piece. Oh no, it's got the AC in there, so I think I've got the AC one and everything. So hopefully I can find where all these go. I think some of them may just be a generic piece for the boxes. So we'll have to match these up. You can see these are all clearly numbered and where they go on here. And we'll match those up as best we can with the diagrams, and we'll get them labeled and get them on there. So that'll be coming up here in a little bit.